Oh my god, how many cars? So we're just dropping off the back 4 of these, aren't we? Which is from there, basically. One of them is. Huh? I thought one of them was done by now. So these back 2 go into A2S, right?
I can send you a few pictures of how the serving area looks. Excuse my English tonight, please, Screw.
Please do, Armin. Hang on, so what about this one? 736, where does that go? Does that one go in as well? Alright, okay. Like, I had it in my head and then it all fell out. Yeah, Armin, I would love to see some pictures. My brain's broken. It's Sunday. Sunday evening, I'm getting tired. My brain's going, oh, I've done a lot of thinking today. Classic brain fade, yeah? Don't believe so, Spots.
At the end of the stream you might hear an angry door behind you opening and closing.
Yep. Mrs. Squirrel, make your own tea. Right, so we're dropping off 5 cars at the back, is it? A2S has got, I have 736, which is this one, plus 992 and 456. So it's 3. 992 and 456. Yeah, it's just the back 3. Come on. It's only 1 car. Really? Oh. I know what it is. I know what it is. Pretty hard to build up brake pressure when you've got an open valve. I thought they'd be deemed too unsafe, Baz. Well, I hope it works out, Armin. Can you go up there? Oh, you can't go in. Look at that modern equipment. Look at that. RTX on. And how far back does it want it to be? Yeah, I'll do. I mean, that was the best part of, what was it, 30 grand plus 37 grand. 67 grand was the best part of 100k out of that. Just for moving some radioactive stuff around, no questions asked. Right, line this one up now. Yeah. Basically, we're hauling Dr. Pepper around. That's toxic waste right there. Nothing's blown up yet, I'm happy to report. Man, 20 years old and you open your own little restaurant. That's awesome. Right, so all of them are going to fit this time. Let's see what scumbaggery it has lined up for us. Okay, 7. Scumbag. Scumbag. It's just actual scumbaggery. Wait, why are they not unloaded? Need all cars on track? What? What do you mean all... What are you talking about, all cars on track? They are all on track. What do you mean not in range? Of course it's in range. I can't put it any more back. Not in range the 1L track. How can it not be in range though? What about that? Do you reckon that'll work? Huzzah. Right. 100. There you go. 100 goes to A1L. Wait. A1L? We're on A1L. So that's staying where it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's the unload part. No. 100 goes to B6S. So the back two go to B6S. What about the other one? So what's after that then? Then we're on to 191. A2S. That's that one. So B6S with this lot, then 3 over there. Jeez, man. What a faff. I don't think there's enough space on B6S. Unless it just removed them. Which it didn't. Blimey. Good night, Jones. Gonna run out of fuel at this rate. So the rear 2. 1, 2. This is a bit quick as I move around. And then this is 191, isn't it? So 191 wants to go to A2S. Is it gonna get there? I took a gamble. I'm not sure it's paid off. Can I not get it on push? This isn't fair. Like, let me push it. That's scumbaggery, that is. Okay, so 191 to 581. 191 to 581, that's these three. Really? After this one. This is 741. 741 goes on B6S. It's okay, I've got to push two more over though, that's fine. We can easily do that now. The military license is worth it. I feel like it depends on your perspective. They're like ridiculously expensive to buy. Once you get them, you can earn loads of money. They're very much an all or nothing thing. So is this 741 and 743? And then there's another one left. That goes to A2S, does it? 695. Is that the one on the front? What an unbelievable... like, literally. This is unnecessary faff. These cars are all identical. I'd have to connect all these and push them all now. You know what I mean, Navarine? They literally all do the same thing. really. Have manifest travel papers already on the cars that's within its uncertain track. You know about IRL? It's not -2, it's -1. No, it is -2, you're right. So I want one car. Wait, what? That's right. I'm losing the plot. Right, this one wants to go onto A to S, I think, isn't it? I must be able to hand one of those in now. Not that one, obviously. There we go, I knew it. Might as well get the bonus for one of them. Any games you're looking forward to playing? Yeah. Derail Valley Simulator and... Oh, you scum. What was I going to say? City Skylines 2. I'm looking forward to. I enjoyed Skylines 1 a lot. Void Rail? What the heck is Void Rail? Can't even Google. Like, Steam doesn't know about Void Rail. When is Counter-Strike 2 coming out? I don't know. Later this year? KSP2, I don't know, I've not really been back to it since the launch. I will be doing with Microsoft Flight Sim, yes, very soon, Jimbo. You think he means Void Train? Void Train? Void Train. Free demo, support upgrade. What's this? Become a crew member of an interdimensional express train. You what, mate? Customize your train. What the heck is that? That looks totally bizarre. Play solo or online co-op with 4 people. Upgrade and customize your train, gather new materials and build better weapons. Early access. Why is everything early access now? Can somebody just finish a game? Oh, KSP2's years away from being done, absolutely. 43 grand. Ka-ching. Why do you make a whole game? We can make half a game charge for all the DLC needed to make a whole game. Looking at you, Paradox. I think EA invented that, didn't they, with The Sims? I mean, to be fair to Paradox, if you're talking about Skylines 1, I think they developed that content afterwards and added it as DLC. So what jobs were we thinking of doing? Classified, classified, classified. Okay, love those three. Thank you very much, game. Alright, well, we've got 52, 52, 52. They're literally all the same money. 88, 72, 58. It's got to be these two, isn't it? 58's the last one. 88. Okay, we'll grab that one. I think there are people playing Star Citizen, yeah. I think there's people still spending a lot of money on it as well. I'm neither. Oh, I'm not paying attention. Sherlock Holmes on Squirrel, back on YouTube again. I enjoyed the Sherlock Holmes game, but there was things about the UI mechanics that were very frustrating. I bet the fuel's not exactly great right now. Yep, third of a tank. Luckily, it's mostly downhill. Do it in the order, not the order you did it in. What do you mean, Battle Cattle? No idea, Jimbo. Oh, you see, yeah. I thought you were on about these jobs. There was that stuff that was generally annoying, yeah. It's a skill. It's a skill. Being able to do that's a skill. Right, that is 88. You have an exam tomorrow. Dude! Is it an important exam? The whole end game was annoying with the lasers. Yeah, that was a bit... It felt like at that point they'd run out of ideas and they were just dragging the whole thing out. With these body block crazy people. That was just stupid, that bit. How do we make the game feel a bit longer? Let's make this chapter last ages. Some of the early chapters, like the whole mental asylum chapter, was just amazing. But then some of the others felt a bit short for me. Particularly when you went to America. Yeah, the voice acting in the Sherlock games is quite often quite funny. But, you know, the latest Sherlock, some of the audio was a bit dodgy. Like that boy with the newspaper outside of... in Baker Street. His voice didn't... He just kept repeating it. And he sounded like it was right next to you, no matter where you stood. And Watson, yeah, he's just the most irritating. It's like one of those games with a dog that follows you around and just gets in the way. It's like that. I wouldn't mind Watson if you could actually tell him to stay put. I want to know why these classified documents have like one box per car. Well, that's the other thing. Why is Watson even there? He doesn't really help. When you want someone on that was slower than you. It depends if they're walking slowly just to give you dialogue and they're trying to pace it, or whether, yeah, they're just walking slowly. One of the most frustrating ones was when we went to the, I think it was St. Louis in America, and you went into that bank for the first time, and it didn't tell you what you were supposed to do next. You had to figure it out. And I just spent 5 or even 10 minutes, ages, walking around like, what do you want me to do, game? I'm trying to click on every single picture, every single thing, every item. But every NPC I click on just goes, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. It just felt really bad at that point. It's biohazard stuff in the liquid. Nice. What you're saying is, if I spill this, there'll be a huge squirrel tax to pay. Okay, so where are they all going? Military base. All the points should already be set. Hang on, we've got another thing to do yet. Yeah, I almost forgot to hook up the second engine. I think I'm going to run the other one as well. I think that has more fuel than this one. What's the total weight of this job? Yeah, it's nothing. We do not need to run 2 locos. This fuel level's quite low. I'll take the train brake off. Log India brake off and put that on instead. It's got a bit more in it. Unless they're lying about the weight. Well, yeah. It's 57 tons. It's mostly downhill anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's a skill. Don't question it. Yeah, I think they do, Baz. I think they do way more than specified. But like I say, don't think we'll have a big problem with it all being downhill. I mean, let's face it, why would they need 1 item per car if they only weighed 57 tons? Squirrel 9900, thank you for 18 months. B7I, B7I, B7I. Straight in, basically. Fuel is basically that. We're going to climb this crest and then it's pretty much down. We do indeed have another loco with diesel in, correct? I don't think we'll run out of fuel. Valtiel, thank you for 88 months. Is that the iron ore mine? I suppose the smart thing to do is basically print that map out, and then as you go through a bit of track, just write the speeds on your map. And then you'll need to go through it once to know what the speed limit's going to be. But then somebody probably already did that. Excited for the F1. I'm not really excited for it. I hope we have a good race. It would be kind of nice if we had three teams with cars that could properly compete with each other, but that's just not going to be the case. I'd love to see some proper fighting. Interactive map you can zoom in. I don't want an interactive map. I want one that I can print out next to me. I don't really like tapping around and zooming in and out or something. Yeah, the Red Bull car is OP. It really is. I kind of hope Ferrari or Mercedes might have upped the game, or Ferrari would have been able to compete, but it's just not that fun when one constructor is just dominating. There you go, Baz. Cool, thank you. Keeping left, but the point should already be set, hopefully. Yep, 50, that's a bit quick. That's an old map, is it? You found a better one, Baz. What, the original one or the... I'll have a look. 30... What is this 30 speed limit thing here? I don't buy it. Is that a misprint? Doesn't look like a 30 bend, but we'll take it. can always test on 60. Yeah, we could do. It looks more like a 40 bend, not a 30 to me. Second link is a mod. I don't believe it is Emerge Chaos, no. Okay, we're clear of that now. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the simulator update. Hopefully it's a setting you can toggle on and off. What? Yeah, you can. You can toggle, you can change the time of day and weather and stuff. But you can also play it in Sandbox, so if you just want to play it that way, you can. Certainly trying it on with these speed limits. So when Simulator Update comes, you'll be able to look out here and you might see like a load of mist, or you might see the sun setting over the hill. That proper lighting, it's going to look so much better. Yeah, the audio changes when you move around as well, which is so much better. And at night time, you'll have like a cab light in here and stuff. I think the headlights have been modeled properly as well, so you get like proper lighting coming out the front of the train. Just completely different game. A lot of track friction through this bit. game, what are the random spur tracks that have garages with padlocks on them? If you go to some of the shops, you can buy a key to unlock the garage. So like one of them's got the caboose in it. One of them's got the, what do they call it, like the pump. We basically stand on it and pump up and down to move around. The hand car, that's it. Like literally nobody uses it. Use it for a bit of fun and then that's it. But if you're playing it in Simulator, the next version, and you're playing it on hard mode, you may have to, because you can't teleport around. Yeah, it's a cheap way to get around, but it depends how effective it is. I think one of the nicest things about the simulator update, apart from the graphics, is the fact that you can configure the game for kind of the difficulty level you want. So you can like inhibit certain things. Like you can have, you know, external flyover cameras, be able to change signals from a flying camera if you want that. Or you can turn that off, make it more difficult. You can stop the teleporting thing, make it like a 1 meter teleport. Make it so you can't even teleport around the map using the this function. You can turn all that off and make it really hard, or dial it all back and make it nice and simple to get into. And that's quite good for new players. Trying to lift and coast because our fuel level's not exactly brilliant right now. The caboose, again, the caboose were more useful in simulator update because the caboose has a handbrake on it. So if you're taking a very heavy train down a hill, you can actually put the caboose on the back, put the handbrake on, and it'll basically act as like a braking system for you that won't actually overheat either. It won't fade out on you. So it has like an additional use as well as the other uses it has. Yeah, basically a drag brake. Also helps to keep the couplings tight as well. No, they won't, Costello. Not on the handbrake. got to be a 40 limit. It cannot be a 60 around this bend. Is it really a 63 here? I'm surprised. Very surprised. Decent speed. I don't know how this game would work in multiplayer, Buzz. In all honesty. Yeah, you'd need double tracking all over the place, and then you'd need coordination. And you'd need visibility of the other players as well. But you have to play Railroads online to realise that the draw distance is not great. Like, you need something to handle signalling and like the whole coordination of it. Doing okay on time. I don't know, Tricky J. I just think that, as I said this before, trying to bolt multiplayer onto a game that was never built for it is never easy. Right, and go straight through here. love to see how much it costs us to repair these locos. We've used them quite a bit. All the way up to... Well, one of them did shunting down here. Both of them hauled up to military. The other one did shunting around there, quite a bit of it. And then the other one did it again, the original one. And then both of them brought this back here, although one of them technically only brought it back here. There's quite a bit going on. I know it's C. Well aware that it's C. Correct, I need B. Right, 7I we want coming in from the north is straight in. Yeah, well, it's classified, Boeing. They don't tell you what's in the boxes or what weight it is. Classified. Must be fun working in the military and dealing with classified stuff. Yeah, I can't tell you. It's classified. Just being able to say that to somebody. And secretly, yeah, it's just full of Jaffa cakes. It's like a running joke in the military. Time is classified. Yeah, but Governor, it's just Jaffa cakes. Yeah, but you got to keep the suspense. Cryptographer the name, I can't even tell you what I did or the name of the equipment I used for 77 years. Wait, you used equipment for 77 years? That puts you like in your 90s. Older than you. That is the sound of glove. Right. 78 grand. 78 grand. What do you think this one will be? 78 grand? Like a glove. Look at that. 9 minutes to spare. Brilliant. Now we've got to go and find out what the damage is. We have 1.2 million. I reckon we're going to be looking at 40 grand? I don't know. Some pretty serious money. Full throttle? I don't think so. Okay, right. It's a whole chunk of diesel. Wow, $1,147 worth of oil. Right, first one is 16 grand. That's not terrible. That's a lot less than I thought. It's annoying how they both don't fit on the turntable. I can't push it forward. What do you mean they both fit inside? I can repair both of them. Are you saying I can repair both of them in the service bay? It looks like one's taking up the whole thing. Are you sure? Okay, well, for science, we shall test this. Well, I had the first one ding. Right. You could just about get a piece of paper between those two. However, it does look like you're correct. Nice. Feels like cheating. Listen, the oil one north, the only two places where the DS6 will fit. Okay, right. Let's go and pay the squirrel tax. That's not too bad. $1,700 a squirrel tax. Considering the jobs we just did. That's pretty crazy. Okay, we are now fee-free. We have every single license. And the stats are crazy. We have almost 1.2 million in the bank with no debts. I'd say we did okay. And we just did some endgame content. That was fun. All that military shenanigans. Cool. Enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. If you are new to the game, I do have a YouTube series running that you can go and watch, which I will be carrying on with this week. It's a good way to learn. Or you can go to my second channel, which has an archive of all my streams, and you can watch all the streams we did last week and this week. One's more condensed form, the other's just hours and hours of streaming. Depends what you want. But yeah, I have two channels, so feel free to enjoy those. I shall be back next week. I'm going to go off and enjoy the F1 that starts in about 15 minutes time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And please give some GGs in the chat for all the mod team guys who work hard behind the scenes. And I shall see you all next week.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Captain Flint and Valencia. I think you both sent in the same thing. I think Valencia just beat you to it, Captain Flint. I've got a feeling. Yeah. That's exactly what's happened.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Do you know what's funny? I was watching Aliens on the cinema last week, and that soundbite, "That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over," was in the film. That's where it's from. And when I watched it in the movie, it was so weird because it just reminded me at the end of my own stream. Quite bizarre. Anyway, have a good week ahead. Stay safe and all that. I shall see you all next weekend. Take it easy, guys. Love you all. Good night.